Hello everyone. I just want to talk about not rushing the process, all right? I think in this day and age, everybody wants results quickly. Everybody wants results now. I think that's mainly down to, what even is that? I don't even know. It proves how much I actually play, and I've never played Old World. Anyway, people want it now, right? Social media, this society we live in where we want everything immediately, and we really do lose sight of the journey and the enjoyment of that along the way. And this is why in this fast-paced society where everything's now, training is an amazing thing because, again, I'll draw it to parallels, right? Like, I love cigars, so we'll make that parallel. I don't smoke too much, maybe, once every 3 or 4 months on a special occasion. But I really like cigars because it almost seems like a time forgotten, where time does slow down, right? You can't rush a cigar, probably yak all over the place, and it wouldn't be very nice either. And the same thing does go with your health and fitness. There's no cheating it, right? There's no cheating the process of dropping 50 kilos, of putting on 20 kilos of muscle, of becoming someone that actually goes to the gym and that becoming a massive part of your lifestyle, right? And look, the same thing goes with, we got there eventually, such a big box, isn't it? So I brought this at our Warhammer World social with the TPF guys about a year ago. Proves how much hobbying I do. And this is normally the hardest part about filming these videos. I often get distracted and just want to hobby because this sprue looks absolutely lovely. What model even is that? Duke on Royal Pegasus. That might be my next model I need to do. Anyway, I digress. So it's like building your Warhammer army. Like, you will be insane to think you could get all of this box built up in a day, in a week, or even in a month, or even in my case, a year, yeah? It takes time, okay? And that is fine because we can enjoy the process as we go. And that is just like your training too. Like, when it comes to your training, like, let's take this instructional manual, for instance, right? Like, we've got to go through this. Sometimes it takes a bit of understanding. Sometimes it takes a bit of flicking the pages back, yeah? Reading a bit of the interesting bits about it. Same thing goes with your training. Right, tracking calories, it's simple, right? But you have to learn how to use these tools that are gonna get you in shape, these tools that are gonna allow you to become that healthier and fitter person that you've always wanted to be. So it's not going to be instant, right? You're going to have to learn, and you're going to have mistakes. You're going to have fuck-ups along the way, right? Like here, you might, I don't know, glue a wing on backwards. You think, shit, I've got to go back, and you've got to snap it off, and then you've got to fill in the line with some green stuff or whatever it may be. Again, that's going to happen in life, right? When you're training and when you're trying to reach your goals, it's not just a smooth sailing process. Of course it's not. Life can throw anything at you, okay? So health, injuries, illnesses, holidays, hangovers, fuck-ups, doubting yourself as well. Even financial things too, that or maybe your gym shuts down, just the simplest things, right? And you've got to learn how to maneuver them. So we've got to take all of these factors into account when we are truly thinking about getting in the best shape of our life. But the thing I'm trying to get at is, you wouldn't rush a masterpiece. You probably wouldn't rush building your army because you want to enjoy it. You want to take the time because we enjoy the hobby, right? That's the process. We enjoy the process. It's not so much always the final result, right? One of my favorite projects was building my my Slaves to Darkness, done them like Slanesh, really thinking about my basing and the narrative around my basing and what they're doing and stuff like that. And I got so much joy out of that, and I had so much fun out of that. I got the army done. It was nice to take a few pictures. It's been in the box for the last year because I don't really game, I just hobby, right? So the enjoyment of that came from the process of building them and not just the final outcome. Back on. Excuse me. We take one troop, for instance. We build one model. We build a second model, right? And then before you know it, you've got a whole infantry built up. Great. And you've enjoyed that process. You've learned something within this process of building these, I don't know, 5, 6 models, right? You've learned things along the way. You've learned new techniques. You've learned a bit about the lore. You've been thinking about the narrative around your army and the army you're building. Again, with your training, you've been in the gym. So this signifies a month in the gym, let's say. This is your month in the gym of progress, right? You finally got some bigger biceps. Your friends are complimenting you. You feel comfortable in the gym finally. You're even, giving a nod to the gym dude. You're having chats in the gym, and you're finally thinking, all right, this is something I can do now. And you're really beginning to see the enjoyment of finally getting healthier and fitter. And then you might have a pause, right? You might have a little break. You might go on holiday. You might lose motivation. You might drop off. So you haven't hobbied for 2 months, or you haven't gone to the gym for 2 months. But look, you wouldn't just bin this box and go, oh, fuck it, and throw it in the bin, would you? No, you'd reset. You'll go again. You'll think about your values. You'll think about your values. Maybe, again, with your hobby, you'll watch some law videos, right, to get you excited again. And maybe you'll look at the models you've already built. Maybe you'll go back and look at the progress photos of yourself. You'll go and look at your logbook and see how strong you were, and you want to get a few new PBs. That's the thing that's going to get you back into the gym. So again, we have breaks along this process, and that's also fine. I think a lot of people go wrong in this process because the word consistency is thrown around a hell of a lot, especially in the fitness scene, right? And training and getting jacked. Be consistent, that's the main thing. Consistency, work to failure, and work hard. But I think people get it wrong. They think you have to be consistently good, and that's not the case. Stuff's gonna happen along the way, right? And then maybe 5 months in, you get a bit of your infantry done. What are these dudes? I don't know, what are these called? The Knights, I think. They look wicked. These sprues are great. They're old school, I like them. Random little baggie. Want some plastic crack, man? And then another 6 months, you've got more built. You've got more plastic built, right? You're loving it. Bang. A big pile of progress in the gym and hopefully on the hobby desk too. And then fast forward a year. This isn't gonna happen to me, by the way. I will not get this made in a year, but in a year, you've got everything done, you've got everything built, okay? And it's empty. There's nothing left other than your next goal, your next army, and your progress again. So again, this is gonna take time. Stay. You building the body you want, the physique you want, the health you want, the way you've always wanted to feel, that's gonna take time. Don't rush the process, because the enjoyment is here, yeah? The enjoyment's in this pile. It's not always in the final result that hopefully I can show you one day of a fully painted Britannian army. Probably not, you can hold me to that. But the enjoyment's gonna come in the process, not always the final product. So just take your time, enjoy it, okay? And there's gonna be bumps and humps in the road. And look, if you want a bit more of a structured plan, if you like what we do here, because look, if you're a hobby nut guy and you're watching this and you want to get in the best shape of your life, TPF is the place for you. Head over to my Instagram. We're actually doing a little Black Friday deal at the moment where you get 3 months of free online coaching plus a few thousand bonuses. So if you want to make the rest of this year good and you want to make next year even better and finally get the results you want, that is the place for you. So drop me a follow over there. You can drop me a DM there and get in contact. And as always, like and subscribe. Thank you. This is never gonna fit now, is it? By the way, I love these old school templates.